Hello, I'm Lyndon Thorpe. Welcome to Mindful Moments to Touch Your Heart Every Day. I'm here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Well, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. EST every week to help you to lay down a foundation of mindfulness to sustain your busy life. So, if you were here yesterday, welcome back. If you're new today, welcome. You're making a great investment of time and energy. Mindfulness will balance you and protect you from burnout. Burnout is a condition not to be encouraged because there are many factors, but the main one is we don't know it's happening. It creeps up on us. And then once it starts, it's very hard to stop. It's impossible, really, to stop. It has to run its course. And really, it's the result of damaged nervous system. So the nervous system protests, and then there's nothing to do. You can't do anything. Everything has to stop whilst you heal and recover. So I'm on a mission to make sure people do not burn out in whatever sector they are in. But I'm particularly keen to help people who work alone, solopreneurs from home, because, they may not have as much social contact as people in the workplace. And, they need to be disciplined about how they are performing all their tasks. So this week, yes, we are focusing on the idea of wealth as a producer of guilt. And today I'll be talking later to Marlene Greenleaf, Dr. Marlene Greenleaf, who's a transformational coach. And she and I are very much in accord with the idea of helping people avoid burnout. So we're going to be talking about guilt, because guilt is also one spoke of the wheel of burnout. People may feel that they're very successful in many ways on the outside, but inside they're feeling guilty because they're making lots of money. They feel they're unworthy. And so this is related to imposter syndrome and the incongruence between the inner life and the outer behavior. So what mindfulness does, and what my embodiment work does, is to make sure those are the same. Your values, your inside has to match how you behave in the world. And what we're finding is that that's breaking down all over the place. AI isn't helping in some ways because people are relying on AI content, churning it out, and so they are absent from their posts. They're not authentic, and we can tell that. So authenticity and ethical visibility are both really important things when we are out on the internet making money, making an income. During our mindful practice in a moment, I'd like you to reflect on the idea that wealth is not only material. Real wealth is internal wealth, spiritual wealth, if you like. Once we appreciate and cherish our inner wealth, our inner gratitude and contentment with what we have already, then the outer wealth will match, because like attracts like. So if you are recognizing your wealth internally, and valuing yourself and being self-compassionate, then that will be a beacon of inspiration to people outside who will be attracted to you. And then opportunities come your way, wealth, external wealth, material wealth will come your way. So it's all about transparency, really. So let's reflect on that a little bit as we go into our mindful practice. Okay, try to sit up with a vertical spine, crown of your head going up into the heavens, the base of your spine down into your seat, and your feet flat on the floor. Well, this means we're in a good position. Of course, if you're standing, that's great too. And make sure your head is going upwards, your spine is vertical, and your feet are down into the earth. Use gravity to feel a heaviness in your seat and in your feet on the floor and your legs. Feel gravity, the weight of gravity. And then we have the impulse to be vertical, which is very strong in human beings. That's part of our consciousness, and it's very much part of our evolution. So we stood up 30,000 years ago to have greater influence in the world as master communicators. So, yeah, feel that incredible impulse to be upwards, and yet the gravity holding us down on the face of the earth. Okay, and when you detect the vibration of my bell, please allow your eyelids to soften and to drop a little bit. Half open eyes are best. Soften them, or close them a little more than that, but don't close them entirely, because if they're closed entirely, you may get sleepy. And if it helps, just look at the tip of your nose. That will keep your eyelids soft. Okay, here we go. Okay, so take a few moments to make the transition from the busy visual, intellectual world to the rather quiet, still, inner zone. It may take a few moments for you to acclimatize. And as you come down into your unique core, each of us, 8 billion inhabitants of planet Earth, have a unique core. Our DNA is unique. Even identical twins don't have matching DNA. There are no matches anywhere in the world. So your unique zone inside you, my guidance will take you there and show you the riches you have already inside you. So as you come down into your core, you'll notice two things. The first one is your breath. In the visual, intellectual world, we don't often notice the breath. We take it for granted. It's always there. But here in the invisible world, we are very aware of it because there's no distraction from the visual, no domination from that visual field. So really notice your breath. Don't change anything. This is non-doing practice. You don't have to do anything. but just breathe with your breath. Follow your breath in the same way that you're following my voice. And as we go deeper into the practice, this rhythm of breath will change, your shoulders will soften. So please notice right now how much tension you have in your shoulders, how shallow your breath may be. And by the end of the practice, you'll see there's a big change. Okay, now the second thing you may notice is your tendency to generate images and words as I speak. And this is perfectly normal. We've been trained to do this in the intellectual world, but here in the invisible world, you don't need to do that. We don't need them. They are symbols. Words and images are merely symbols which we need in the visual world. In the invisible world, we do not need them. So just gently resist that temptation. Okay, let's start stage 1. Channel all the energy of your mind, undistracted, into a fine, strong, hot laser beam. Really potentize your beam. It's unique to you. It's strong and hot and powerful. All the energy of your mind is funneled into this amazing beam. And let's slide that laser beam slowly, smoothly outside your immediate environment, outside your walls and windows, outside your ceiling. If you're in a vehicle, outside the vehicle. If you're already outdoors, that's great. Just as far afield as you can. So let's go ahead. Let's project our laser beam as far afield as we can and start to scan. And we're searching out any vibrations. No matter how small or large, how near or far. And when we encounter a vibration, we're going to pause, accept, and move on. There's no need to label, no need to use words, no need to guess here in the invisible world. Just accept that vibration and move on to find more. Okay. When we scan with our laser beam to seek out any vibrations in the environment, we use the whole body, from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes. Every skin pore, every hair follicle is alert and aware. We're like a tiger, stealthily creeping through undergrowth. Every vibration is crucial. It's either the next meal or some kind of threat. The whole body is involved. So as you scan the outer environment, scan with your whole body, listening out into the exterior environment with your whole body, every part of it, every skin pore. Wonderful. As far afield as you can, scan as far afield as you can, knowing that people who live with the earth can scan 10 miles away, a 10-mile radius. We have this capability in our genes, but we don't use it in the way we live. And this skill of whole body listening will really tone up your vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the principal feedback nerve from the cranium in the brain right down into the gut, down the arms, and so on. And in most developed peoples, this is not toned up. And so we don't get distress signals clearly because we're too often in our limited mind. And so we burn out, perhaps. Okay, wonderful. Let's move to stage 2. In stage 2, we're going to slide that amazing, powerful laser beam of all your mental energy, bright, hot, penetrating, inside your immediate environment, inside your walls and windows, inside your roof and ceiling, inside your vehicle. And if you're still outside, then make a 30-meter radius around you and just scan up to that point. And go ahead, start to scan methodically, systematically, detecting any vibration, whether near or far, high or low, scanning above, below, to the left, to the right, in front and behind. As you go on scanning up into your corners, up into the sky if you're outdoors, down under your furniture, down into the earth if you're outdoors. Be aware of your breath. Your breath is unconditional and miraculous. It's by far your most precious asset. It costs nothing. But if you didn't have it, the cost to your life would be very high. Within 4 minutes, you would be dead. So this amazing resource that allows human beings to walk freely on the earth without spacesuits is miraculous. And our bodies are 100% evolved, and so we can efficiently process the raw oxygen provided by planet Earth, the only planet we know of that provides such air for breathing, efficiently processed 24/7 for 50, 60, 70, even 80 or 90 years. Unconditionally, nothing to be done, non-doing. It's remarkable. So feel gratitude for your breath as you scan your inner environment. Feel the emotion of gratitude. Gratitude is not a thought. Gratitude is a state. a state of being. A whole body's involved. Feel it. Maybe it's coming up from your feet or up from your gut. And it may bring tears. It may bring a smile. It's remarkable that we have this amazing opportunity to be human. Wonderful. Okay, so now let's bring you to stage 3. Redirect your laser mind, hot, potent, bright, penetrating, inside your body, down to the tips of your toes, and start to scan up the tops of your feet, along the tops of your feet, along the soles of your feet towards the heels, detecting vibrations, blood, bone, muscle, sinew. They all give off vibrations. Detecting vibrations, illuminating any dark places with your laser beam. Slide your laser beam up into your ankle joints, make space there, and make the cartilages soft with the heat and light of your mind. Start to scan up your lower leg, little by little, little by little. And when you encounter a vibration, pause, accept, and move on. And eventually, as we ascend up the legs, we come to the calf muscle. Calf muscle is often hard from bombardment of gravity, poor posture perhaps. So take your laser beam into those muscles, soften them, warm them, light them up, and feel them softening with your mind's focus. Slide up into your knee joints. Heat and light inside the joint, space. Cartilage is soft. Then let's start to scan along if you're sitting, or up if you're standing, your thigh, which is the longest bone muscle area in most humans. Start to scan systematically, illuminating, detecting vibrations, really heating up your muscles and bones. And eventually we encounter the torso. And at the base of the torso, we find the base chakra. And this is a congregation of nerve endings. It's also an energy center, a very hot energy center. Mostly we generate energy here. And so if we're tired, we may feel low back pain, which is very common. It's also the place of birth for women, procreation for men, and elimination for everybody. If we don't eliminate our toxins, then we die. This is another crucial process, essential to our survival and our thriving. So close by to the base chakra, you'll find 3 to 5 little coccyx bones. Scan up those. And then we come to the sacrum. Sacrum is a spade-shaped bone, which helps us to bear weight right at the base of the spine. Scan up that. And then we encounter the lumbar spine bones. These are chunky bones with a disc in between them to protect them. Scan up, bone, disc, up behind your intestines, flickering away, digesting food, bone, disc, Up behind your solar plexus, the center of gravity of your body, just below your rib cage, and your diaphragm, your principal breathing muscle. Climb up behind them, bone, disc, bone, disc. And eventually you encounter the rib cage. Inside the rib cage, your heart and many other organs, but the heart is the most magnificent. It's pumping away, emanating electromagnetic vibrations 60 times stronger than your brain. Your heart is your true brain of your entire being. Climb up behind your heart, bone, disc, and then up into the top part of your chest where you'll find the lungs flickering away, processing oxygen for you. Climb up behind those, bone, disc, bone, disc, bone, disc, and eventually you come to the notch on the back of your neck. It may help to just reach up and touch that notch. And from here on up, the cervical spine becomes much smaller, finer, but still bone, disc, bone, disc, bone, disc, and eventually, right at the crown of your head, inside your skull, is the top of your spine. And this joint is called the atlas joint, and it's the place the skull pivots. It's held in place by muscles, not connected by bone to the spine, which makes us master communicators. We have over 10,000 orientations of the head and facial expressions to use. We are superior mammals indeed. And there you have it. You're at the crown of the head. The heavens are above. We've lengthened your spine right from its base by at least 1 centimeter, simply with the power of our laser mind. Glorious. When you detect the vibration of my bell, allow your eyelids to float open and gaze softly ahead. Wonderful. There you have it, a gloriously lengthened spine, your head emanating up into the sky, the base of your spine really heavily in your seat, or your weight going down through your feet if you're standing. Your whole body is aware, and your breath has slowed down, the rhythm has widened out, and you are breathing consciously. And this is the optimum balance and the optimum condition for negotiating and navigating the visual intellectual world. We can so easily get pulled out through our eyes, but if we're back in our spine with our breath, with our whole body awareness, then we can stay back and retain our self-dependence. This will help us avoid burnout altogether. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be back again on Friday, and I hope you have a glorious day. Please stay with these feelings as long as you can, and become aware when you're not focusing on your breathing, when your spine is drooping, and when you're being pulled out through your eyes. Thank you. I'll see you later. And please leave me a comment if anything wonderful has happened. Bye for now.